Alrighty then. So that, you know, people are suspecting me of only recording Hunter, but this is month and month after the release of Mean Streets or whatever it was. I think it was Mean Streets, right? I finally built myself a proper Jade Shaman with 3 Jade Lightnings, Aya, and seeing how it was going, I even drafted a Chieftain, because in this deck it actually summons a reasonably large Jade, which is, I mean, normally it's not a particularly playable card, but in this deck I think it is. And there's a decent amount of burn as well with 2 bolts. There's a Hex, which is important, and for full memes I needed to pick Evolve. I picked Doppelgangster because it was the best pick of the 3, but they didn't give me Evolve. If I only had Evolve to go with all the other completely broken bullshit, that would have been a properly unbelievable deck. There's also 2 Stonehills and decent elemental synergy, which has given me the Elemental Lord more than once already. So the one game I lost with this deck, I lost basically because we had no internet in the flat, and I actually built it on mobile and I was playing it on mobile, and at some point I just got disconnected somehow and couldn't get back into the game in time, and missed a turn against a a 2-steed paladin, which I actually had chances against despite him having 2 steeds, but not when you miss a turn. That much is clear. Missing a turn against High Wind Pallies is not a particularly reliable recipe for success. I think we fish for early game. Keeping the bolt is not entirely unreasonable, but we need something to play on early turn. We have no 1-drops, so maybe keeping the bolt is okay because we're not really. No, that is an excellent pickup though. Something to do on 2. Before we can start doing things. Yeah, that's an acceptable outcome for the volatile, I think, trading 1 for 1 with the Thespian. Then we play Stonehill and potentially brew it back for even more value. I think I'm okay bumping this in, but we could also just hold. Maybe holding it is fine. My deck doesn't really deal very well with Overload because it's extremely heavy, so I think it's Rathian. We'll find something to do on 5 anyway. Shouldn't be a big deal. So far the curve looks reasonably okay. That is a bit annoying because I really wanted to brew that back, but it gives us 2 very viable targets for the volatile. Yeah, that's decent. I think we go for stats here. There's not much we want to brew back apart from the Stonehill and maybe Servant of Kalimos, but Servant is not in the deck. And the elemental synergy in general is not really visibly present right now, so we'll just go for stats. Yeah, that thing needs to die. Unfortunate. Might actually prompt us to start on the Jades, because I don't want to be playing into this thing with anything. Also develops the board a little bit. It's not the greatest turn in the world, but... good enough, I would assume. And that gets answered rather well by Rathian, I think. I'll keep the Frost for... yeah, now we have Elementals. But there will be better targets for the Frost Ellie than this thing. And I wanted a card. There's potential Murloc Zubot synergy, but we'll wait on that. There's really no hurry.
My shield for
Okay. Less okay. This is not a board I want to Volcano. I would ideally want to see him extend further before we Volcano anything. And this is not a board I want to Jade Lightning. We can freeze the 4-1 and ask him to take 5 face and perhaps overdevelop, and then we can Volcano. Like if we freeze 4-1, in order to kill the Frost Ellie, he needs to spend his entire board and then he plays everything and we will... I think that might be a decent line. That looks sensible enough. If he wants to triple trade, he can triple trade, then he will play stuff and we can Volcano the board and play the Murloc, for instance, to further buff it later. Or he can just pretend to completely ignore it and then we can bump into the 4-1, heal the Frost Ellie up to full. So we bump in here, we heal it up, we are at 20 but we're not dying. We can kill the Argus, that leaves us with 3 mana, so we play the Murloc I guess, or maybe the other 2-3. I think those things happen. Those are the things that happen. I don't particularly want to feed him the Murloc here, so I'll go for value. Yeah, that's a Jade Lightning target if I ever saw one. Or frankly, this might now be a big enough board to Volcano. We'll see if there's a better turn. So we can take, like if we trade in here, this is at 5. We trade in here, this is at 3. So 5, 3, 8, 11. No, this is way too big of a board for Volcano. These things all happen then. Once again, I see no reason to feed him the Murloc. I think we're doing well enough here. We could Volcano the next board though, if we wanted to. Whoa. He goes face? He must have burn if he goes face here. I would have killed 2 things. I think this is a mistake from him. I really do. can play taunt and try and taunt up this. I don't. Once again, I feel like with one card in hand, I shouldn't be too worried. We try taunting this up. We play this as additional layer of security. And we go through stuff. There is no healing in the deck, but I mean, against 2 cards in hand, he needs very, very specific answers to beat us here. That's actually fine, because we will outvalue him there. Provided we don't die immediately, obviously. Yeah, that's a good pickup. One thing we need to do here is just not to die in the immediate, like, next 3 turns or something. And against specifically top decks, I don't feel particularly threatened. Yeah, that's fine. We go for cards, I think. Yeah. Against those top decks, we really don't care about anything at all. I'll free up some space on the board, I think, to play the Aya. This should be enough power to kill him next turn. So he did have burn, but yeah, was never gonna be enough. So yeah, this is generally how it's been going. It has insane removal, this deck, and it has insane Jade value, obviously, for an arena deck. It has almost constructed class Jade value. So it's not surprising it's been doing very well, but against maybe sort of insane early game aggro, we could struggle. I don't think we're gonna struggle against value mages, but against people who just sort of against a very, very good hunter deck, for instance, I think we might be. I think keeping Hex in this matchup might be a very good idea, because the way we lose to Paladins is obvious. They get something to stick and they steed it, spending 6 mana, and then we spend 3 mana to turn their steed into nothing at all. Seems like a good enough deal. Probably not going to be playing the Elemental on 2 unless he plays something really nice. I mean, and by nice I mean something that kind of requires immediate attention. Such as this, for instance. But I would prefer to play it on 4 so that we have Kalimos on 5. The way our hand looks right now. But maybe denying him the buff on whatever it is he wants to play on 2 is more important. It's obviously not the best to play an elemental where he just trades 1 for 1, but the priestess buff is extremely annoying. Don't really want to have to deal with that. This hand is a bit lackluster, if we're honest. You trade first, don't you? Unless it's a taunt of some kind. Like if you play the Thespian, maybe you don't trade. Interesting. That's sort of okay. Would have been a lot less okay if we actually had something to play. But we don't. And we do have a decent amount of 3-drops in this deck. That actually is quite decent for us here, because brewing back the Spell Power Totem allows us to play it later when we draw into all of our bolts and Jade Lightnings. I quite like this. I've been doing a lot of this actually, brewing back specifically Spell Power Totems. With 5 burn spells in the deck, it is occasionally extremely useful. Allowed me in one game to kill a 4/6 Twilight Drake by rolling a spell power and then playing one from hand. Let's see if he wants to give me a good trade by going face. That was a snap pick. I don't like snap picks. But once again, if it's we kind of have to hope it's Tyrion and not Tarim, because if it's Tarim, we're really in trouble. Yeah, but 1/5 is probably not the greatest target in the world. And I think we need to start spreading really wide. He still has coins, so you can play Tarim at any point, or coin Steed, or coin Tarim, and I think killing the 1/5 with this is just not good enough. So I want to make Tarim a lot less powerful for him by spreading. That's off the top, but that was always going to wreck us, because it's a bit of a dead hand if we, you know, if we worry about Consecrate, we are in a lot of trouble here. This is awkward because I would like to kill this, but that takes up the entire turn. I think this is better, and next turn we can play Servant into the Prophet. We are in quite obvious trouble here. I mean, we're not outcarding him nearly enough, and yeah, this looks like preparation for a Tarim board. We need Volcano. I think I stick with the plan because it might give me AoE. Or not AoE. Healing maybe? We already have things that combine with it. I think we don't leave until Osrock. I think we lose if we kind of bank on having to play Osrock. I think it's this. It's a bit annoying because to get value out of it with the lightning we have to, I mean it probably only stays on the board for one turn. Steed something please. I think I need to hold on the frog, despite how good this target is. There probably will be much more important targets. For a 7-win paladin, we have to assume there's a steed. And if we spend a frog on this and then he steeds something, we're just completely out of it. Yes, please trade. Please trade everything. Thank you. So we can kill this. It takes 5 mana, so we play the Stonehill with it. That means that we're probably playing the Stonehill first. Excellent. Excellent. That's better than Tarim actually for us. That is a tremendous outcome. I think we play this in the totem. Now we're not in particular hurry, because I was really worried it was going to be Tarim, and it's not Tarim, and we dealt with the first wave. Once again, obviously, I mean, what I said about the steed is still true, but I think denying Tyrion value has to be good enough. Whoa, okay. Okay. That's not that horrible. So Halazil and this is 6, and we can play the entire thing. Okay, that works for me. That works for me. He can't even clear the thing from below with what he has on board. If he has Consec, he will clear most of it. That's very fine by me. And there's the steed. But we can actually deal with this steed. That's perfectly fine. Well, I mean, sort of deal with this steed, but... What have I just done? That's a bit bizarre. I can't count. I should not have done that. What? That was just a kind of a hard throw there. What have I just done? Why did I think I could get through this? I had a taunt minion on the board, and I threw in 2 extremely valuable minions into into a front half of the steed without killing it. That should not have been done. We're still kind of okay. You killed the totem, sir. Come on. We might still win, but that was just such a brain fart. Yeah, that was shameful. We would have been like completely winning if I hadn't done that, but we probably still are, because that's the coin. That's the creep coin. I haven't seen this in a while. This is turn 12. And the whoa, okay. We might not win if he top decks like this, I have to say. It might be a lot more difficult to win this game if he top decks steeds. The first one I lost was also to a double steed deck. So this goes in here, this goes in here. Unless he continues top decking absolute nuts, I think we're still okay here. There's still a ton of value in the deck. There's a... yeah, that's annoying. But I think we win this race. Because now we get rid of the 4-2. And we start just jamming face. I think we win that race. I think this will be a dude killer, but the 5 attack things go face. Yeah, that game should never have been anywhere near close. Like, I just completely flipped out there. Couldn't do basic addition. But the deck carried me in that one game. I should try and kind of see if my minions go through his minions before doing some insane trades. But the deck is capable of carrying even very serious misplays. Mage. Against Mage, I think we should be perfectly fine. I think I'm keeping Gastropod, but not the bolts. Yeah, that hand is beautiful. Or we could just start throwing things face from turn 1. Like by turn 4 he is at 20. And we just kill him. Maybe keeping 1 bolt was okay. But I think, yeah, that is such a smooth curve. I like this so much more. Yeah, I probably don't give him the Gastropod against this. I'll take the Guardian. Probably playing the Warlord next turn. Or we can bump in and heal it, but that feels extremely slow. If he wants to ping on 4 to full clear the stone hill, I'm okay with it. I will probably bump in and brew it back if I get the chance next turn. If it's still on the board, I think that will be my turn 4, more than likely. And if he wants to only play the 2-drop on turn 4, what does that signify? Volcanic? This is very mysterious to me. I think this happens. I think I stick with my original line here. Just go for max value. It's annoying that he will get pint-sized value for a turn, but I think we can deal with it with this hand. Yeah, he does get 1 turn of value from pint-sized. But not that worried. I think in general it has to be the Prim Drake, but White Eyes is not a horrible thing either, but I'll go for additional security. I think we're already doing very, very well on value. Geyser? Geyser's good here. We're not out of the woods by any means, but we are at 30 and we've been dealing with his threats successfully, and if he bumps in, you know, Jade Lightning will be a good draw to go with just simply the totem, or we can just develop. Yeah, Horror, there will be better value for Horror later in the game, I think. I think we need to get to our Jades. We need Dark Reapers, we need annoying things. That's fine. That board will do some damage now, but it will die in a second. I'm actually not against not taking all this damage, to be honest. We can kill the 5-2. Or we can play the Horror, it will be a 3-6. It actually kind of does the same job. And there probably will be better targets for Lightning. Just play the Horror and the 4-4. Or we could start on this, because next turn we might want to play the Aya, but I think next turn is Prime Drake turn. Let's draw some more removal out of him. I don't think we're dying necessarily. We have some heal in the hand now. If he actually manages to remove this without expending much of the board, like that, like, I don't know, Fireball or something, we can Prime Drake next turn. If a Fireball ends up not going face in this match, I think I'll be extremely fine with it. Or Portal. Portal is also okay. It's a bit less okay that he got this, but yeah, we can kill it. Okay, so he is kind of playing around Prime Drake, which is good on you, sir, but yeah, I think this is an acceptable target for this. I think against Mage in particular, there's really no point in picking this, because, well, it just takes one polymorph for it to become nothing, and we will be completely crippled for the next turn. Okay, so it draws him 2 cards. 2 cards are fine. Next turn looks like it's a Bruiser. Bruiser Aya turn. Soften the board for Drake. So Meteor. This has to be in the middle. Bruiser and Aya have to be on the sides. And we can deal... I've already done a similar combo earlier. Yeah, that's annoying. That's annoying. Doesn't clear the entire board though. Secret. I think we're okay giving him this. So we'll summon a 4/4 Jade. That's probably the turn. So it's probably something relating to spells, you would assume. So we have to test. I mean, if there's a very tasty hex target, I would really like to draw some burn. To throw burn at something first and then hex it. I don't think it's vape, and this is a good enough deck for it not to be these stupid ice barrier, ice block things. I think it's extremely likely it's counterspell and or mana bind. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, we have servant value now. This might be a good enough board to fry, I think. I'll take this trade because who knows, it might grow again. The elemental synergy is postponed, but we have we have stuff in hand to activate the servant. That's very annoying. He might get something useful from it. Whoa. He hasn't killed himself exactly, but he will take a lot of damage, and I don't think it will land phase. I'll be extremely surprised if it lands phase. That's poor for us, obviously, but... yeah, we're probably hexing the 10-10 there. It's annoying that we... I mean, if we sear here, we can sear and heal this. This might be the line. Or we can heal this and play Kalimos. Kalimos might give us the Primal Lord. No. It's probably this. If he has a ton of burn, we're just dead, I guess, because we had to expand a lot of value. And I mean, it's a high win mage. It's unsurprising that it's doing well. But I wouldn't say we're completely dead in the water here. We had to expend a ton of our value though. So he is at 10. We have 12 cards. We have no card generation, but okay, excellent. We dealt with this threat then. Yeah, this is extremely unfortunate. This is extremely unfortunate. I think we test with Bolt now. I think we have mana enough for everything, so we test with Bolt. Yeah. Because I think hexing the Pyrus is a lot higher priority here. Okay, this needs counting. I don't think we can allow this to live. Yeah, Volcano will kill everything on this board, but then we can't really develop. Is there an alternative line? Hex needs to be saved for Pyros. So if I go full face, there is 5, 9, 10. No, that's not gonna work. We need to take these 8 off the board and then we get there. And the fact that we don't develop anything is extremely unfortunate, but I think it has to be done because like if we take this off, he somehow gets through the taunt, this thing starts going face. Well, currently it doesn't really get through the taunts. If we develop Volcanosaur, if we kill this and develop Volcanosaur, he kills this, kills this. No, that's not good. He probably plays the Pyros and we need to roll Taunt because... even worse, he might get Blaze Caller again. That's shit. That really is shit. Okay, that's not Servant. I mean, that's not Blaze Caller. Yeah, this needs to be a Taunt. Let's see how you like 10 to the face here. I think from the options given, this was the best because I need to incentivize those trades as much as possible. Fuck me. Fucking Tempest. How I hate the fucking Tempest is very, very difficult to describe. Yeah, we probably die here. Hard to imagine how we don't die from 7. Okay, lightning is a very good start. No. Okay, so we can actually play this entire hand. Because we can't really deal with it otherwise, I think we have to spend it here. This is our final push. There's a bolt and a lightning in the deck. And we have won the board for the time being, but please don't. Please just don't. So he kills... Seriously? You don't kill the 5-1? Oh, okay. So this was a dead card in the hand. And then Servant played a secret. 9, 10, 12. It was a very interesting game, but I think it got completely ruined by the Servant there. I'm not sure we would have won, but I kind of really dislike losing a game where I felt there was a lot of interesting decisions, potentially on both sides, by this ridiculous bit of RNG. Because that's really some impressive synergy. Servant into random secret into additional burn that wasn't really present in the hand. Okay. I'll actually go with this because I would like to have elementals to play on 4 so that I can play the... or, frankly, even the Tar Creeper on 4 if I have to. Yeah, then it's probably the Tar Creeper now. We are trying to ensure the column, the Servant comes off on 5. That's not great, but we still have a board after this. And we get to pick up potentially some very decent value here. Okay, against Pallies, I think I might go with a huge body here. And I tell you, fuck off. Yeah, that's, if you want to consecrate on 5 and do that, you are entirely welcome to it. This actually goes through a steed. Okay. And now he gets poisonous. Okay, that's, at least that's not poisonous. But yeah, the high rolls. Okay. This happens. And the obvious line is we clear everything and we play the 4-4. I think that has to be the line. Good Paladin deck. What can I say? Good Paladin deck. This always happens. I think we go 3 and 5. And we hope there's no second consecration, because that would really, really wreck us here. But he played 1 and I don't think they always have it. Okay, so horror value. I think we play the cow as well. And now there's a question. I think we don't really kill anything, because he sticks the steed if he wants to anyway. We can't really stop the steed here. I think we should not be missing out on 6 phase. We have a lightning, we have a bolt, and he probably needs to start phase tanking shit here. Yeah, he's currently dead. No longer currently dead, but Tarim doesn't even wreck us all that hard. And that's just nothing at all. That Cyclopean horror value was truly insane. But I'm a paladin. I'm supposed to win. I have a true silver and a vine cleaver. Why am I not winning? I don't know. Because my deck is no less broke back. My dislike of paladins coming through there a little bit. Don't really like paladins.
I will fight with honor for Doomhammer.
2 into 3 into 4 is good. Lightning really wants to be in the hand. Not sure we're playing the 2, we might be playing 3 into 3. Yeah, wow. Okay, so the card furthest to the right is not a minion, everything else is a minion. I think for the same reasoning, although against paladins, as we've seen, this might not be the worst pick in the world, and we will not be toteming for a while. So I'll take the huge body here. Against mages, this is just not a card really, and Think from Below is a better investment into the future, but against pallies, quite like this. Yeah, we will get decent Cyclopean value here. That's for sure. At some point. Potentially maybe even next turn it will be better than Ascension. Or not, yeah. Now it probably won't be. Ascension is not the worst minion to play on 4 obviously, but might not be the best. Volcano is an important pickup here. I think this probably is the Jade Lightning turn. Just Jade Lightning, take the free kill. Cyclopean gets dealt with too simply. And this sets up the return kill if he free kills the elemental. And if we actually play this on 5... Okay, this is Cyclopean. This is too good to pass up as a Cyclopean turn. We don't have hacks though, because he did manage to stick a board, and it will now be quite difficult to deal with it if we don't draw hacks. This is a weird turn. I'm not blowing up this board, I feel I'm ahead. But I'm not sure how to develop it properly. I think it might be the turn to play this huge thing. Next turn we will have 4 mana, we can play a 3 and a 1 or a 4 if we want to brew something back. And we just chill. I would really like to draw hacks to feel a lot safer in this matchup. Because I feel we are outcarding him, we're doing okay on board, and as long as we can deal with the steed, we're okay. Well, obviously Tarim as well, but Tarim would be extremely bad here, but it would have to be Tarim from the deck. Burn, please. I don't really understand those bumps. But yeah, burn is very good here. That has to be the absolute blowout turn, because we had just enough mana to deal with this potential huge threat, and that was his entire turn gone, and we still have our board. Don't really see how we, I mean, apart from some really horrible outcomes, I don't really see how we lose from here. That's his entire board gone into this one minion, pretty much, and a 7-face tank. I probably don't take this trade, I don't really care. I think we develop another huge threat. I'll take Divine Shield. And this, although against Paladin it really doesn't do very much. Well, I mean, it can't be humiliated now. Apart from that, it doesn't really do very much against Palis. Those were not the best turns. I mean, Divine Shield is fine, but the two other options were underwhelming. Whoa. Whoa, whoa. Holy crap. We can get through though, without even losing very much. I think we probably do that. Don't really want to give him the gastropod. Yeah, that's a much better target to put gastropod in front of. Why have I done that? That was, once again, me confusing things. It wasn't horrible, but it wasn't really efficient. We still set up lethal for next turn if he doesn't have Consecrate. But we are so weak to Consecrate right now. Although Consecrate actually kills his Tiger anyway, which is decent, decent insurance. Okay. Whoa. You actually drew lethal? Oh my god. That was... Yeah, that was basically me confusing a lightning bolt with Jade Lightning. I saw we have spell power on board and I thought the bolt just goes cleanly through the Dark Reaper. But I don't think it It was so horrible. We could have developed more onto the board, but we're still not developing any taunts, and we've done what we wanted to do with this turn. It was just not sort of damage efficient to bolt this minion. Not my best run ever, frankly. Things in there which show a somewhat befuddled mind, but the deck is, as mentioned, the deck is carrying here. Kind of a hard carry.
Oh, this is Jade.
You asked for it.
For Doomhammer.
Kind of tempted to keep Aya because it's, you know, a very important win condition. We're on. Whoa! I was about to say we're extremely unlucky to draw something to do on 2 anyway, and we have a 3-drop, so I'm kind of fine. Because, you know, by the time we play the Stonehill, we should draw something to play on 4. But this is an incredibly beautiful hand. Please don't. Yeah, fine with that. Huh. No, I think we don't rush him down here, we just outvalue him. And in terms of outvaluing him, I think White Eyes is the way to go. We just need to find something to do on the next turn. Well, against AI, we should have a turn 4 of some kind. Yeah, that's fantastic. Into White Eyes, into Aya. Shaping up to be... Well, okay. That is quite good. No doubt. Whoa. Curving out quite nicely, but obviously him playing a 4-9. AI into Twilight Drake is a combo which it will be quite hard to deal with properly, and that was a snap pick, so it's something excellent, I don't know what. At least he's not coining, because coin Firelands or something would have been a very, very hard beat here. Seems like we're actually getting through the Drake here. And developing board, which is unexpected. Yeah, okay. If we lose to this, we lose to this. Let's see what we get first. Untargetable is the obvious first start. And now all we need is to draw a burn, because this thing will be doing a lot of work. Okay, not anymore. Kind of playing hard into AoE, but I think we're just not winning without it. That was kind of really back-breaking that he had a way to deal with our 10 damage thingy. Because in a lot of cases, mage would not have any ways of dealing with it at all. You have to go with the read that he doesn't have AoE. If we start trading, I mean, I think we get outvalued here. We have to make him do the trades. There's still 2 Jade Lightnings in the deck. Yeah, not how it works. I think this happens. I think I'm always playing the Chieftain and Toteming. Meteor. Is probably like that. And once again, I don't want to miss out on 3-phase. It is a worm, but I feel like missing out on 3-phase is not justifiable here. Okay. So we're gonna lose to RNG. Potentially. Maybe I should have killed it. But it is 3-phase. Oh fuck. Trading would not have helped against this, though. I think we trade and we brew it back and we play the 10-10. We can deal with one huge threat. Well, please no Blast Crystal. Please no Blast Crystal. Motherfucker. Seriously, why did it have to happen? Like, I understand that these things do happen, but I mean, seriously, did it have to? We just win the game this turn. He plays Chemist and he gets the absolute strictly best answer. Acceptable. Yeah, you think I was born yesterday or something. Playing that secret after killing the Igneous is good. Shows clarity of vision. We still have lethal, I think. This is 6. Yeah, we still have... Well, unless this is... like, this has to be specifically vaporize. Okay. That game I felt I played better than the previous one. And we did not lose to some absolute bullshit RNG, which is gratifying. Need to calm down for the final one though, because that crystal roll tilted me a little bit, I have to say. Really did not want to lose to that. Okay, this could be a problem. I can very easily see this being a problem. I'm keeping this hand. Yeah, I'm keeping this entire hand. We've had this hand previous game. For our deck, this is the absolutely, you know, the crispest ever curve this is. But I mean, an 11 win rogue is going to be a very large issue, I think. Because we could get tempoed down, but we kind of ensured we're not going to be tempoed down so badly because well, the game decided to bail us out. Whoa. It really, really did. Because now we can even play 3 into 3.
It's time for a little blood.
Probably no point though. If we play this, he trades in daggers, has to spend turn 3 on dagger, and we play this. It's fine, right? Or even this. Like, in order for this to stick, he needs to spend turn 3 just daggering up. This will be a 5-1. I just play a Stonehill. If he doesn't have something like Shadow Strike, it just trades with the Stonehill. And I'm fine with it. I play a 4-drop next. Out of these options, I'll take Thing from Below. He probably trades and spreads. I play Sen'jin. That's not a Sen'jin. Give me my burn. He did not have removal for a 4 health creature on the previous turn. He might have it now. But Vile Spine is not playable on turn 5 yet. Without coin. And he doesn't have coin. Where's all my burn? I can put a 5-5 in the way. He bumps, kills it with this. There's still a 5-5 in the way. It burns a ton of resources though. Can we allow one hit by that thing? If we play this and this, next turn we have this, and we might actually draw burn finally. I think this is better. Betrayal, positioning, idiot. I have 5 spells in the deck which deal with the bird. How is it that I haven't drawn a single one of them yet? That just doesn't seem right. So yeah, he bumps, he goes face. This much we know. But now the question is, what can he add to the board? Please no Wind Fury. That's fine. So we play the Creeper, we play the Zoobot, we kill everything. Well, not everything, but we clear what we can. Very much depends on what happens in this turn. Wild Spine finally, I guess. Cold Blood? If he Cold Bloods and doesn't get anything really broken, we probably clear next turn with the Murloc. Yeah, now this will be okay. Unless he gets Stealth or Wind Fury into Stealth. Yeah, Stealth is bad here. Stealth is very bad here, obviously. Whoa, okay. But this is still not completely disastrous for us. We clear the board, we establish something. Well, we don't really clear, but we get rid of the... And come on, give me the... Where's my burn? Like, in all seriousness. Where's my burn? I don't think I give him the profit. I think I just taught him. This game would have been so over had we actually drawn into all of our removal. Hex? This is not a hex. This might heal our face for 4. I think we generally lose only if we kind of die, and he's at 14. Okay, so we're finally drawing some. I think it makes sense to try and roll the spell totem here. It's still quite tense, but there's just... Whoa, okay. Yeah, this is how we lose. He draws something really, really huge. And kind of kills us. We have 3 Jade Lightnings. 3. I think we died. There's a volcano in the deck. Okay, Bolt is a good start. So Bolt does 4. Still sort of alive. Barely. And he needs to show the Panther if he wants to go through the taunt. So tense. There's a Jade Chieftain in the deck, there's a Stonehill in the deck which gives us 2 taunts, there's Gastropod, Volcano might win. Okay, fuck that. Fuck that. This puts us on a much faster clock, obviously, if we don't draw burn. Come on. Okay, good. Okay. Whoa. Holy fuck. Holy fuck. So we have 7, 10, 7, 10, 12 damage. One off. One off. Can we clear? We need to deal 8. No, we need to deal... This goes here, this goes here, this goes here. Let's see what we roll. Okay, bump, bump. Okay. You got this or not? Stop fucking with me. That was fucking tense. I don't know, yeah, the bump into the 4-1, I just got... Rope got me completely flustered there. Could have just gone face there, that was completely ridiculous, but... But we got there in the end, and I mean, we had so many outs there to just win on the spot a number of turns, like any burn, any removal. Mastodon off the top was scary as all shit. Whew. Okay, and that's good rewards. That's very good rewards. 250, 415, 500 even. 500 even is nice. Alright, so... Haven't really played my best, but I think I played the final game okay, and I played the 11th win quite well, I felt, but there were misplays before, and there was a really panicky moment in the very last game of the... very last turn of the last game, but I think I got there. If we don't roll this, if we don't roll the... what's it called? The Taunt Totem, we just go everything face, allow the Doomsayers to come off, and then we have to top deck something because he goes face, he's at 1, he goes face, we are at 1, and it turns into a battle of top decks, which would have been kind of funny because he would have top decked his Murloc, and we would have top decked our Stonehill. We probably would have won actually with the Stonehill top deck, but would have been a bit nerve-wracking. But we had tons of outs there for a win. Anyway, too many packs to open. Maybe I'll open one. Yeah, let's open an old pack. I don't know where I got this from. Nothing good in there. Well, Draconid. Anyway, not my best run in terms of gameplay and quality of gameplay, but an absolutely insane deck which I had a lot of fun piloting. Maybe drafting on mobile is a thing. Maybe the machine somehow recognizes that you're an idiot and gives you kind of immediately identifies you as a potato and gives you a better deck if you draft on mobile. Alright, thanks for watching. Cheers everyone.